Good morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Well, we are here. What is this? Oh, this is from Sunny Botanicals. Um, womb oil. All right, y'all. It's Monday, and we are in the week of a new moon in Capricorn. We have a new moon in Capricorn Saturday. And good morning. Good morning. Um, Today is the day that governs the moon, and the moon is the energy of the feminine. The moon is really where we get this whole um, experience, shall I say, of feminine energy. It comes from the moon. And what is the moon? The moon is our inner world. It's how we feel inside. And the feminine governs the inner world, the masculine governs the external world. And that is not to be confused with gender, right? So feminine does not mean woman, masculine does not mean man. And we all have feminine and masculine energy. We all have balances of it. It shows up in various ways. So for instance, I am a Virgo. Virgo is feminine energy, so my personality expresses more internally. I have a Pisces rising. Pisces is feminine energy. So my rising sign is more internal. And I have a Gemini moon. Gemini is masculine, expressive, mental. But I have it in the moon sign, so it's still more internal. So my energy is very feminine. But those of us, like you might be a woman and have and be an Aquarius, and that's external, and have like be with the Leo rising, and then that's external, and then be with Aries moon, and that's external. So then your energy will be more masculine, more externally focused, and you could be a man and have a Taurus moon and a Capricorn sun and a Virgo moon, and then your energy is much more feminine, much more internal. And so when we have these conversations about, gender and it even flows into the experience of how people's sexuality expresses. If you're someone who is much more internal, then your sexuality will express in a much more feminine way, much more internal, much more receptive, much more I'll take it in. When you're masculine, much more external, much more I'll put it in. That's me being silly. Okay, I really wanted to talk about something that I find really important. When I first started my spiritual work, so it's about the moon. When I first started my spiritual work and I really started asking, doing a lot of meditation and prayer work, listening and asking spirit, what is it that I'm missing? I used to always go like, I'm missing something. I could just feel like my spiritual power wasn't working the way that it felt like it should. And spirit would tell me, you're missing the subtleties. You're missing that energy is subtle. It's subtle, like water. The moon governs the water. Feminine energy is subtle and soft. It is like water. It is internal. It is dark. And one of the things that I didn't really realize until recently, but I experienced it. So the moon governs the mother. The mother creates matter, right? Matter is, this is matter. And so the mother, the woman gives birth to matter, and it comes out of the black. And so all these language things, but like Black Lives Matter, that really is saying, black is the void, matter is the mother, and it's like the creative power, right? So it's really understanding the moon and how we are conceptualizing the creative energy out of the invisible and into the material. And all of that comes through from the internal world, which is the moon, the mother, to the external world. comes from the blackness. The feminine is blackness. Feminine is the void, right? Comes from the blackness to the external world into the light, right? The feminine is the dark, the masculine is the light. So we have our internal world, we're creating our external world when we are in our internal world thinking. And I had this experience. My son has a Virgo moon, and I am a Virgo sun. And it is biologically, scientifically proven that women carry the cells of their children on their brains, right? So your brain is a signal center, right? So when you're thinking, whatever your thoughts are, you're sending them out to the universe. And if you're a woman and you have children, your children's cells are on your brain. So whatever you're thinking about them, they're getting it right into their systems automatically. If you are a mother and you've given birth to children, why? Because of this subtle energy. This subtle energy. So when my son was really young, like 1 year old, he started biting his fingernails, and it really irritated me because there was nothing I could do about it. And I was like, God, he's so young. Why is he biting his fingernails? Why is he creating this kind of anxiety already? And then his father bit his fingernails. So I was like, okay. And I just sort of let it be. But I was always aware of it, always aware of it. And then something happened in the last um, year that I got to witness my thoughts. His father and I had a conversation about something that really angered me, and we were not in alignment with it. And I noticed I was starting to have dialogue around that was around anger, like, if he does this, this will happen, and if he does this, I hope this happens, and if he does this, da da da. Like, just, for those of you who've been through divorces, who've been through breakups, and you're still sharing responsibility, it takes a level of awareness and response and consciousness to still interact with people when you've had painful experiences with them in a mature, responsible, integrous way. So I noticed that, and I literally, because I watch my thoughts all the time, I was like, whoa, do you hear those thoughts? Is that what you want to happen? And I was like, no, I don't want to happen, because my thoughts would say things like, if he does that, then your child is going to have this experience. If he does that, then your child is not. And I literally was watching myself create a reality where my child was suffering because of something that his father would do that I didn't want him to do. I was creating it in my mind. And so I caught it and I said, all right. And I sat down with it and I did, because here's the thing. I really understood that dynamic was passed to me from my grandmother, because the women in my family have felt powerless in their experiences with the capacity to be able to really care for their children in the way that they really desire to. A lot of women, a lot of black women carry a lot of fear around their children, especially their sons, because of the country, and feeling like, are they going to be safe when they come out in the world, because of the narratives and because of the experiences that we've had here. So I realized that I was like, oh, this is that. And so I started doing the ancestral work, doing the rituals to shift it. And I saw my son, and we were at the beach, and I noticed that his fingernails that he had been biting since he was 1 year old started growing, because I was shifting the energetic, subtle energy that I was fueling to him through my thoughts. And I just want to say that it is so important for us to understand that our thoughts are real. They are real. My son stopped biting his fingernails because I had been unconsciously, subconsciously generating fear and a um, and a narrative that something dangerous was going to happen to him. So his anxiety was fueled, his nail biting was fueled through the unconscious, unintentional energy that I was subconsciously projecting on him. And we are doing this constantly when we are thinking about people, when we are having feelings about people. We are literally sending an energetic stream to them. And it's really obvious in a relationship between a mother and child because, of course, they are connected through our tissues and our blood and bone and our energy. They are very connected to us. But this is the power of the moon. I'm only talking about this really so that you will understand how powerful the feminine energy is. The conversation I'm having about it is through the context of the moon. The moon governs the psyche. The moon governs the water. The moon governs your inner world. The moon governs the dark. The moon governs the soft and subtle, which is more powerful than anything. It's much more powerful than the external. But because we can't see it, we don't give it the attention or the mindset that it actually is using, because we are very focused on our external world. And the moon today is in Libra, and it's at the 13th degree, and the 13th degree is intelligence. And so it's really understanding that we are connected one to another, that we are not separate, that the law of oneness is the primary law of this system, and that the moon and the feminine energy is the internal generating force of what we're focusing our energy on, what we're feeling, and then it is going to manifest in the material world. So I have been holding fear and shame and anger around my relationship with my son's father. My son, he could feel it. He didn't know what he was feeling. He didn't know why he was feeling it. And so how it showed up in the external world was that he would bite his fingernails because I was energetically sending him a negative frequency that caused him anxiety. And it's just so important that we understand the way we think of our lovers. Like as a woman, when you lay down with a man and you take his energy into you, I don't care if you have a condom on or not. This is not about that. This is about energy. And whatever you think, and if he's doing something that you are not, or that you feel at odds with, and you're thinking those thoughts about him, those thoughts are fueling his energy. Those thoughts are giving him neither a negative charge or a positive charge. But that is how powerful we are. Isn't that amazing? And I'm always looking for the evidence so that I can talk to you guys about it and prove it. So today a new moon cycle starts, and I shared all that to say go join. Today is the new moon cycle. We are starting it. We actually started yesterday, and the moon. It starts with the cycle in Libra. We're going to have a new moon in Capricorn. We're going to have a new moon in Capricorn on Saturday, and this energy is really about understanding that you have authority over this reality. And if you are ready to really learn how to embody your authority and ready to see how you are creating what you are creating in your life, if you're willing to see yourself more clearly without judging yourself, like I could have taken that story with my son and been like, oh, I'm so bad. But there's no reason for any of that, because we are in a new era and we're learning new things that we did not know prior. We hadn't had experience of it because we've been living in the Western world that has us so externally focused. We don't understand how we're generating the world from inside of us. We are not making the dots. We're not connecting the dots. You had somebody lie to you and you're not connecting the dots that inside of yourself, you have lied to yourself. So that person is showing you an experience of something you're doing inside of yourself. And if you are ready to come and learn how to do this work so that you can create the world that you want, then you can come and sign up for the 13 moons. And tomorrow is the last day to sign up. It's $111 for the entire month, and it's on my Follow the Sun network, and it's an incredible program to really help you see how your energy works, how the power of the moon is moving through you. Because this is the thing that I've learned, and I've been in this self-help healing community for many years. I have been here since I was in my 20s. And the thing that I've discovered is that a lot of people say things that are true and accurate, but what they don't give you is a tool, because you need a practice. You have to do something every day that aligns you to a new way of being. It really is like taking the yellow brick road. You have to, if you remember The Wiz, it was like, you got to find the yellow brick road. You got to find the pathway. You have to find the pathway inside of your own psyche. You have to actually be looking for how do you access yourself. And then you have to create a practice that allows you to do something every single day, a little bit that will get you there. It will get you into the practice of it. And the moon, the tool that I have, that I co-created with another person, is the most profound, because it takes you inside of yourself with the steps of the moon. So it helps you regulate your emotions. It helps you regulate you do your clearing work, your karma, and then it moves you forward, right? So, but you have to commit to it because you need a practice, right? So literally, it takes 3 months to really understand the language of the practice, because it really is just about yourself. It's all about you. It's not even about anybody else but you. So you come to it, once you start understanding how to think about yourself and question yourself, you'll get it. But then literally do a practice like this for 2 years. See, that's the thing. People want a quick fix. And the work is not a quick fix. It really is a practice that begins to generate a new reality through your own consciousness, one day and one step at a time. And so, Matthew said, good Lord, these don't last 3 months. The moon cycle lasts 1 month, but it takes 3 months. You have to do it 3 months in a row to really get your mind around what's happening, to really get your mind around the cycle that the universe is on. And you have to do it for 3 months to see, like, this is where I am. And then it really takes 2 years to get yourself into the embodiment of understanding. I had that thought, and look at that experience right there. I said that, and look at it showing up over there. I did this, and look at it over there. Because you want to be able to see your relationship to the universe. And it's already happening, you just can't see it. And the moon work will help you really clarify it. Sheena said, is this your monthly moon class you have? Yes, it is the monthly moon class. And you can register through the Mighty Networks, or you can register through the Mighty Networks, and it's there. And Matthew said, after my 22nd birthday on 8/8 this year, starting this year, 2-year journey. That's right. And guess what? The 2 years is going to pass by anyway, and you're either going to get there now or you get there. And here's the thing, this work is not the only way to do it. There are other people who are doing great things. I think Joe Dispenza does this kind of work, but I don't know what his system is. I know that I've created something that's fun and fucking magical. And if it calls to you, then do it. But if it doesn't call to you, then find the thing that works. But you need a practice. You need a practice. You cannot get yourself out of the mindset by just, saying positive affirmations. You'll lose it. It'll go away. Like I said, everybody will sign up for the gym come January 1st, but by March they're not going to the gym anymore, right? Because they haven't. It's you gotta come into it gently. You have to bring yourself into a new way of being, in a way that really allows you to gradually get there. It's like you have to seed it and then you have to grow it. Like when a woman gets pregnant, that pregnancy is just a sperm and an egg initially, and then it grows, And so the moon work will help you grow and become what you're here to be. Matthew says, you and your videos help calm me down during the intense astrological weather. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, routine and rituals. And it pays off. That's all I want to say. It really pays off. Like literally, I can feel the alignment in my body now. I can feel the alignment in my mind. It's now I'm beginning to, I've gotten to the place where I can program reality through my consciousness. I can tell reality, this is the experience I want to have. This is how I feel. This is, especially if it's in alignment with the good for everyone involved, right? So, this is the opportunity that will allow us to really begin to learn how to get in flow, practice every single day. And yes, me being here doing the live videos is great, but I don't give you guys, because my work, I'm not giving you guys what I do in the classes so that you actually can begin to generate your own reality. That's the thing that the Age of Aquarius is about. You've got to generate your own reality through your own consciousness, okay? And so that means you have to clear out your consciousness, you have to clear out your ancestral trauma, clear out your egoic patterns that have you thinking you ain't enough and you ain't God and they ain't got you, and you have to clear all that sort of stuff out. This work that I'm teaching helps you do that. The retrogrades help you do that too. The retrograde classes that I teach are all to help you identify, what's going on with me. So the Venus retrograde class is still available right now. It'll be going on until January 29th. And the Venus retrograde is about really getting your emotional power, really understanding how you are commanding the reality, whether you think you are or not. You're telling the universe by saying, "Oh, I'm late, I'm stupid, I don't feel good. They did this." All those internal dialogues are giving signals to the universe. Bing, bing, bing. But you can't just turn those off. You've been doing those for so long, you can't just turn them off. You have to work yourself out of them. You have to, it's like a maze. You have to walk yourself out of that way of thinking. And the moon work helps do that. There's nothing else like it out there. I'm telling you, I've cornered the market. But guess what? The moon is so loving. If you go sit down and talk to her and ask her to give you something, she will. Because the moon work is generous. The moon mama, the moon as the cosmic mother is generous. She's not withholding anything. So you can go create your own. You totally can. Like anything I've done, anybody can do. I'm not fucking special, okay? Anything I have created, anybody can do it. That is what I'm really here to do, is to show you guys that none of us are fucking special, or all of us are special, and anybody can do the thing that you feel called to do. And if I share my resource with you, it will only help you to be able to develop your own resource so that you can become sufficient and God in your own life. That's what I'm here to do, and that's what's exciting. All right, you guys. Today is a moon day. Use this energy. The moon in Libra is about intelligence, really understanding your impact on this fucking 3D reality. Like, understand that you are impacting it, right? There's this movie, I think it's I Am. There's this movie called I Am, with the director, this big director who directed, Jim Carrey and all these movies. And he has this movie where they put things on his temples and wires to yogurt, and he thinks, like, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then the yogurt changes, the bacteria in the yogurt transforms, right? Because we are sending energetic signals into the environment, and the environment is responding to us. But we don't think that that's what's happening. We think that the environment is impacting us, but it's actually the other way around. So, come sign up for the moon work. Yes, I am. Directed by, exactly. It's not directed by Jim Carrey. It's directed by a man who's directed many films that Jim Carrey is in. That's what I can't think of his name. But yes, we are, and so you want to learn how to master impacting the environment, your impact on the environment. right? Through your subconscious, through your psyche. It's literally like your thoughts are driving this through this reality through your subconscious. Like in the movie, what's the movie with the blue people? The movie with the blue people. I can't even think of the name of it right now, where they fly and all that sort of stuff when they're in another. But literally, how in order for them to connect to the horse, they had to think it, they had to feel it, and then the horse, right? That's the world that we're moving into. No, not the smart Avatar. Yes, thanks, Matthew. Yes, Avatar. So we're real, but you have to clear your consciousness out so that you can be masterful over the reality. Because if your consciousness is filled up with all this nonsense, then you're creating that, right? Okay. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. I love y'all so much. Have a really beautiful day. Oh, I just feel like I can sit here with y'all, but I don't have anything else to say. I wish I could sing, so I could sing for y'all, but I can't. So, all right, I'm going to go because I don't have anything else to say. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye bye.